So my 10-year high school reunion just happened a couple weeks ago. I know what you're thinking, in January, isn't that a little weird? Yes, it is, because it got rescheduled twice. Back in September, there was supposed to be a hurricane, and when the hurricane came, it actually just drizzled a little bit. So it got rescheduled to like October, but people couldn't, switch their schedules around for that soon enough. So then it got rescheduled to January. So it wasn't like some big Romeo and Michelle high school reunion where, it's like hundreds of people or anything like that. Which, it's fine. I wish more people could have gone. I think in total there were like 30 people there, and that's like including some people's dates. I brought the muscle, so it was probably even less people that actually went to my high school that were there. It was also a lot of people that I didn't really talk to too much in high school. I had a couple classes with a few of them, but none of like my friends that I hung out with. My friend group was there, everybody was out doing their own thing. Some of them have moved away, but it was still a nice event, and I kind of wanted to just kind of go over what happened. So let's back up a little bit to my life in high school. So I didn't get bullied or anything in high school. I went to a really good high school where it was really inclusive. You had a lot of just mingling of students. It wasn't really like those, teen movies from back in the day where you had like your different lunch tables and everybody just sat with like their little group, their little mini group of like jocks or nerds or something. I mean, I think most people in real life anyway, they don't really divide like that. But we had, a good mix of people at our high school. So we had people that lived in mansions on the lake, and then we had people that lived in government housing, and we all got along pretty well, I think, in my opinion. So personally, I didn't have that many issues in high school, but I was self-conscious because I did experience more of that bullying for my appearance back in middle and elementary school. And I wasn't one of those families living on the lake in a mansion. My family struggled a lot with finances when I was in high school, so I just always felt self-conscious about my appearance and, our financial situation too. But anyway, I think that I'm lucky that I went to such a good high school, so I just want to throw that out there. But like I said, I did experience more bullying when I was a lot younger in elementary and middle school. And that definitely affected me in high school. I was not very outgoing. I did a couple sports and, I did my best in academics and I tried to always do well, but I wasn't somebody that was like a social butterfly at all. And that definitely is attributed to the way that I looked and, my family's financial situation at the time. So, I hit my highest weight back in like 2014 when a lot of life things were just getting me down. And so I turned to food. But in high school, I actually wasn't at my highest weight at all. I was probably around 240, but again, I was just still tall. I was almost 6 feet. I was, heavy. And back then, 10 years ago, 240 wasn't as normal as it is now. I think obesity has become such a problem that if you looked at my high school photos, some people might be like, Allie, you weren't fat. I was fat. I was unhealthy too, and I could feel it. Back in high school, I had a really bad lisp that I'm still working on. Je suis. Gotta keep that tongue back, So we had a graduating class of 400, maybe 500 people, but like I said, only about 30 people were actually at the event space for the reunion. And so none of those included like the people that I hung out with. So I was kind of pushed into the situation where I just, needed to like be outgoing. Which if you have seen my Instagram post for the new year, I said that I wanted to shine bright. And I know it sounds kind of like stupid, but what that really means is like I wanted for this year to push myself into those social situations where I can just be outgoing and just get to know people and not be afraid of what people think. Because I still have that fear that just people don't want to talk to me. I am still so insecure on the inside that now that I've changed my outside appearance, I need to get my inside, personality to match that. So I pushed myself to this reunion. When the muscle and I showed up, we sat down at the bar and I mouthed over to him. I was like, I'm super nervous. I'm so nervous. Like my heart is pounding because I am so nervous. Like, I don't know these people. They weren't my friend group. They were all friendly, but it's not like people that I hung out with too much. And so I remember like the first person I started the conversation with, like I recognized his face and I just walked up to him and I said, hey, how's it going? And so we had like a good conversation for like 10 minutes. I had people come up to me and they were like, oh my gosh, Allie, you look great. That's awesome. Good for you. I talked about my profession. I'm a teacher, and we talked about what they're doing and everything. And so it was nice to experience that and see how people are doing. And I actually had this one guy that I had like a 15-minute conversation with between me and him and the muscle. And the next day I got this comment on Facebook and he was like, oh my gosh, I did not realize that this was you that I was talking to last night. I thought I was just talking to some girl I went to high school with, but that I didn't recognize. But then I saw your name and your face and your profile picture on Facebook and he realized who I was. So that might be my fault too. I thought everybody just recognized me because I was a recognizable person in high school. Even if you didn't know me as a person, you probably knew my name just because I stuck out. I was tall and I was big. So anyway, I thought that was funny that he actually did not realize who I was, because we had, commented a couple times and I liked his stuff on Facebook a few times. So I just thought everybody would recognize me. But like I said, it is a little bit my fault. When the muscle and I walked into the event space for the reunion, we totally did not see the name tag booth or station for like the first 20 minutes. So we were kind of walking around without name tags. But I found mine. It was cool. I finally got one. And everybody was really nice. I think, you have that image that there are just mean people out there. I don't think people are mean in general. You don't mingle because you don't have the same interests, or you're separated by classes in high school. Like, who's actually in your classes throughout the day during the school day? So it's more than just people want to be mean and not include you, I think. But as a self-conscious person, when I was younger, it just felt like nobody wanted to be, around me. And, maybe that was true for a few people, but I highly doubt that it was true for all the people that I thought were just, didn't want to be my friend because of the way that I looked. Things you realize when you're older, you're just so self-conscious when you're young. But yeah, I really noticed that I kind of stuck to my guns about my New Year's resolution about shining bright. And I really did push myself to just talk to people. Like I said, my heart was beating out of my chest and I was just nervous, and there was no reason for me to be nervous. I really was, because I'm not good in social situations. And that stems from, just being self-conscious, from being bullied back when I was a lot younger, to just not practicing that social interaction with people because of my self-consciousness, and maybe because people didn't want to talk to me because I didn't look great when I was younger. So it's definitely carried over into my adult life. I still feel like a social idiot. I really assume people do not want to talk to me. I assume that people just want to give me the information that's necessary and then leave. That might be because that's how I feel, but I need to get over that. I don't know, I'm not comfortable having those extended conversations about just stuff and life and things that are going on, and that's something I really need to work on. I also really need to work on appropriate comments that I make. I was telling Amanda during our last filming that we did for our Keto 1-month challenge that there was a social situation where I just mentioned something totally inappropriate and I just felt stupid. Anyway, so I really need to work on being a social noggin head and just practicing that interaction with people. Although I am pushing myself to just have those many daily conversations with cashiers or sales ladies at Dillard's whenever I'm checking out. So I'm pushing myself. Like I said, I'm working on my list. I've got my weight down, so I'm just always trying to improve, and I think that that's the important thing. It's just always having a goal to achieve and always working towards something, because it really does give you that sense of fulfillment. So overall, I'm very happy that I went to my reunion. I had a good time. We didn't stay very long because, like I said, once I made it around, I talked to all the people that I recognized, and then the muscle and I left. So we stayed for maybe about an hour, but it was fun, and it was nice just to see where people are. I talked to people that I never really did talk to in high school, that weren't in my friend group at all. And it was a good experience for me to push myself to help reach that New Year's resolution of just trying to shine bright and be confident. And I'll tell you guys what, I am trying to not hide myself as much. I think I got used to wearing dark colors because I moved up north for so long, and I was just that's what they do up north, is they wear darker colors. So, but now that I'm back down south, we're a little bit feisty, so I am finding that I'm tending towards just being a brighter overall person. Like, I love red, I love hot pink, I love glitter and shimmer and sequins, so give it to me. I want to wear it all. So I don't know, I'm definitely finding that I have grown into somebody totally different than the girl that I was back in high school who was so self-conscious. And I'm definitely happier now. And I think, you know, learning to eat better. I do think learning to, you know, just about portion sizes and nutrition, keto, and finding the whole ketogenic community online. And so if you are interested in keto or how to do it, I have so many videos, keto 101 videos and beginner videos, where I really just try and give you the information for free, because I know that it is a hard life when you are self-conscious, when you hate the way that you look and the way that you feel, you know, if you're worried about health. I know that it's a lot, and I know that it can really affect you emotionally and physically. So if you like to check out my videos on keto, I definitely recommend it, because it's not about, you know, just like eating all the fat bombs, right? It's really about getting all the junk out of your diet, getting off of sugar, getting off of starches that are totally unnecessary, and focusing on the food that's actually good for you, like the meats and the vegetables. And it's not a deprivation diet. People say that it is, but it really just teaches a lot of us who never grew up with that information how to approach food. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed my high school reunion experience. I'm really glad that I went. I had fun. It was nice to push myself out there and try and be a more outgoing person. And I'm just trying to find those moments where I can, just kind of take life by the reins and just get myself out there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. That would help me out so much. And if you'd like to find me on social media, you can find me at all these places online. Well, folks, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. My name's Allie. Have a good one. Bye.